والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. We begin in the name of Allah and we send salah and salam on our Prophet, peace be upon him. Welcome everyone to our nightly nasiha, our nightly words of advice, advice to make us better individuals, advice to make us better Muslims, whatever the topic may be, anything that can benefit us, inshallah. Hope that everyone is safe, and I pray that Allah make it easy on everyone who is feeling the effects of this pandemic. Tonight I just want to speak about one of the younger companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him, some of the lessons we can learn from him. We can learn a lot of lessons from the companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and I just want to share a few of the lessons and few of the events that happened in the life of Musab ibn Umair radiallahu anhu. Musab ibn Umair he came from a very wealthy family, and he was known to be a very handsome man, a man that the ladies would chase after, a man that the ladies would want to marry. He was from the tribe of the Quraysh, the tribe which was against the teachings of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and a tribe that wanted to get rid of the Prophet, peace be upon him. But when he heard about the talk of the Prophet, peace be upon him, the message that he was sharing with the people, right? He was very curious, and he found his way to one of their nightly meetings, and he heard about Islam, he learned about it, and eventually he converted to Islam. This was the start of a very remarkable journey for this young man, a companion that contributed very highly to Islam, and he went on to face many challenges after converting to Islam, having to choose between Islam and his mother. And obviously, with his mother, it had all his wealth and all the luxuries and all the advantages that he would have from his mother. And he chose Islam with conviction. He did not think about it. He did not ponder about it. Now, if it was one of us, or any one of us, and we had to choose between wealth, someone who's very wealthy, and we had to, or Islam, we would have started to think, do I give up all of this wealth? Do I give up this car, this nice house, the the shopping, the nice clothes? Do I give up that for Islam? Some of us would have to ponder. And Musab, Musab ibn Umair, he didn't have to ponder about it. He knew what he wanted. He understood Islam, and he chose Islam. He was very good in reciting the Quran, and he loved to recite it. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, especially the youth, whenever we hear the companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him, we would hear that they loved the Quran. They loved to recite the Quran. They had a strong connection with the Quran, and they followed the teachings of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and they tried to take his guidance and implement it in their lives. Now, we face so many challenges in our time and so many distractions in this worldly life that it is a big challenge to us. Okay, and in Islam, the Quran and the Sunnah is our guidance, and we need to use these guidance to live our lives, to face the challenges, to help us with the challenges and the distractions that we have. To our younger Muslims, the younger folks, we have much more distractions, especially in school, especially with the company that we keep, the society. We always try to be with the society. We try to keep up with the society, and a lot of times, the trends that the society has is haram. It is against Islam, and it is very hard for some of the younger ones to stay away from it, and they get caught up in it, and it is very hard to get out of it. Now, how do we get out of it? We need to educate ourselves. The youth at the time of the Prophet, peace be upon him, they always try to educate themselves with Islam. We have so many opportunities to gain knowledge, so many different forums to get knowledge. We have the internet, we have so many classes going on. In the mosque has so many classes, almost every day has a class in the mosque. And these are the things that we take for granted. We use it for things that do not benefit us. But I know that there are some of us, right? There are some youths and some brothers and sisters that I know that there are some brothers and sisters that follow follow the teachings of the Prophet peace be upon him, and they find a way to get rid of the distractions and to counteract the distractions. My message to the younger ones today is that we need to make an effort to improve ourselves. Firstly, by educating ourselves, we need to focus on what is important, focus on what we need to do, what we should do, what Allah has commanded us to do. Those are our priority. This is what will benefit us. If we learn about Islam and the Prophet, peace be upon him, and his Sunnah, right, it will then, if we learn about them and we learn about the companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him, then we will have proper role models to follow and we will live our lives properly. We will live our lives according to Islam and according to how we were commanded to live our lives. And we will be, if we surround ourselves with good people and good actions and good places like the masjid, then we will be encouraged to do good rather than if we surround ourselves in bad places, haram places, with people who do haram stuff, right? Then we are obviously going to want to do bad stuff and do what they are doing. So we need to surround ourselves with good people and in good places, inshallah. Our purpose, we know, on this earth is to worship Allah. That is our sole purpose. And what is our goal? Our goal is to attain Jannah. Okay? So Musab ibn Umar, he recognized that following this worldly life would not give him Jannah, which is why he left his family's luxury and wealth and focus on the Quran and focus on Islam, focus on contributing to Islam, focus on learning from Islam, focus on spending time with the Prophet, peace be upon him. Now, we can't spend time with the Prophet, peace be upon him, but the Prophet, peace be upon him, left his Sunnah and left the Quran for us. So, this is the replacement. This is what we have to spend time with, the Quran, and we need to spend time learning about the Sunnah and the stories of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and his companions. This Once we learn the stories, we will learn many lessons and many ways to help us in our daily activities. My dear brothers and sisters, I just really want to remind you and remind myself first that we should know what our priorities are. We should make an effort to learn more about Islam, more about our duties towards Allah, more about the prohibitions that Allah has prohibited us from, and we should try to follow all of the rules of Islam, inshallah. I pray that Allah makes it easy for all of us to follow the rules of Allah, to stay away from His prohibitions, and to keep in the right company, and especially the youth. I pray that Allah guide us, guide the youth onto the right path, protect us from the distractions and this worldly life and the material life, and help us and guide the youths because they are the future. I pray that Allah guide them and make them contribute significantly to Islam. Ameen. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.